Water Art Fitness International. I'm Julie Twine, I'm Educational Director, and today we'll talk a little bit about the aquatic fitness noodle. This very versatile piece of equipment is in many pools. However, most pools don't have the variety of noodles or progressive resistance that a gym may have. So let's look at the different types of noodles and how you can incorporate them into your programs for purposeful exercise. Essentially, we've got two types of noodles. What's known as an open cell noodle that absorbs water, and we have a closed cell noodle that doesn't absorb water. So in terms of bang for your buck, the closed cell noodle, although a little more expensive, will last the test of time. However, there's a benefit to having a variety of noodles. We know they come in a variety of colors, sizes of circumference, and densities. But the important thing to think about is your participants have different strength levels and different skill levels, and definitely they have different body compositions. Depending on your patron's body composition, in other words, the more muscle mass they have, the more they sink, versus the more body fat, the more they float. So a noodle should be chosen with care to balance out the work and the rest of any program. There's an open cell noodle with a hole in the middle. This one absorbs quite a bit of water quickly, so may last only a few months, versus the noodle that is dense or solid, but still open celled. And this one may last quite a bit longer depending on your chemicals and how they are stored. The striped super noodle, and this is a Pilates noodle, so it's a little shorter than the traditional 60-inch noodle, are both closed cell, quite a bit more dense, and will last the test of time. The intermediate noodle is a closed cell, and it's a little smaller in circumference, and again, being closed cell, it'll last the test of time. My favorite noodle to work with is the intermediate noodle because it has a little less buoyancy. In the modified suspended working position, it will keep me off the bottom of the pool quite easily, but also submerge and protect my shoulders. This is important because that way I can take the stress off my shoulders and neck. As I get into more upper body strength exercises, my favorite noodle is a striped super noodle. I can add more challenge to the work because it is much more dense. I'm trying to push down, and because the noodle is much more dense, it makes me work quite a bit more intensely than the intermediate noodle. Let's add a little bit more variety and push down jump rope and take the triceps dip to the back of the body. Ideally, we want to still submerge and protect those shoulders as well as maximize the resistance. This noodle makes for a lot of ease when I'm sitting on the noodle swing. In this exercise, I'm just adding a little jacks movement or seated jacks and working a little bit of balance and mobility. Should I want to switch into a more challenging exercise, I could add the noodle squeeze or horseshoe to the back and strengthen my upper body, as well as add an abductor jacks or power out as I power in with the arms. This is not exactly easy, but it's an excellent compound exercise. Balancing the body and working two major muscle groups will be one of the added benefits of training in the water gym. I can power the legs out and forcefully push the arms or the upper body in. Now let's take a little stretch. So another one of the biggest advantages of having a noodle is it is a movable wall. and it can provide a little bit more stability and assistance with your balance and posture. I find a lot of people love to go up and down in the water, and using a noodle to add more range of motion, particularly more lateral range of motion, is very helpful to the body. This is great because I'm getting a nice stretch in my inner thigh, and I'm able to lean into the water to submerge and protect my shoulders. I could add an upper body strengthening exercise or a tricep stiff with this exercise. There's so many different ways to integrate more strengthening, balance, and mobility with each noodle exercise. Don't forget to check out our comprehensive educational DVD library. We've got lots of videos to help you along and suggest exercise to your many types of clients.